Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel and the Lucky Stars community. Cat Star here with a timeless reading. Timeless meaning that no matter the date or time that you come across this message and it resonates with you, it is for you. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, so Aquarius, I was setting up to do some other readings, and I got this kind of nudging or this insight, this little whisper that you needed this timeless message to come through for you. So the message that Spirit has for you is something that is pretty important, is what I'm getting here. So we're going to see what that is. Okay, so you've got 3. Interesting. So Aquarius, this is very interesting. Some of you really need to pay attention to where your focus is going. Some of Spirit is coming through with this huge message right now, this huge reminder, if you will, that giving your energy away or focusing or paying attention to things that, one, maybe you can't control or potentially change, maybe it's the past, maybe it's other people's behaviors or actions or words, what have you, is not benefiting you in any way, shape, or form. In fact, it's hurting you when we hold on to things, events, people, past thoughts or things that happened in the past, stuff that we can't change or that we have no control over. When we're trying to hold on to that kind of stuff, when we're working very hard to, change the stuff that's already happened, stuff that's already been said, stuff that's already done, right? Then we're just hurting ourselves, and we keep bringing that back into our present moment. Our subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between now in this moment or the past, especially when we keep reliving something. And the other thing is, when we haven't even got to the cards, this is a message that Spirit is bringing through here. The other thing is that when we keep reliving something, every time that we reminisce about it, every time we sit in our wounds, every time we think about it, we are thinking about it from a lie, basically, because every time we think about it, every time we remember it a little bit different. We remember it from our own perspective. We put our own little shift on it. We have our rose-colored glasses on. Even if it's negative, we make it a little bit worse. If it's positive, we make it a little more positive, and it's not ever the truth of what actually occurred, what actually was said, what actually happened. Aquarius. So Spirit is really coming through here strong within this message, within this reading. Again, we have these 3 cards out. We haven't even began to talk about the cards because this message is this message that Spirit is wanting to come through. This is a huge message for you here, Aquarius. During this time, some of you are sitting in wounds. Some of you are staying within that space of the past, or what coulda, woulda, shoulda been, or shoulda happened, shoulda said, whatever. And it's really poisoning the well, your well, Aquarius. It's hurting you. It's detrimental to you. And it's keeping you in that place. It's hurting, like physically creating issues in your body, in your energy, Aquarius, to hold on to that. For some, energy blockages and holding on to things like that can create illnesses within the body or dis-ease in the body. And Spirit is saying it is time to let that ish go. Turn away from that. Walk away from that. Stop putting yourself through that hell, because it isn't doing anything for you. You can't go back and change what happened, right? You can't go back and change what was said, what actions were taken, the behaviors, however that is. So stop beating yourself up over it, or stop reminiscing, stop sitting in your wounds, because again, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between it happening right now in this moment and that it happened in the past. Every time you think about it, every time you relive it, every time you go over it, not only is it a lie, or are you telling yourself lies because, and it's not something we do purposely, it's just something that tends to happen. It's like when, that kind of through the grapevine stuff, right? But this is all happening within yourself, within your own mind. through the grapevine, that story changes a little bit. Each time you think about it, it changes a little bit. The words change a little bit, the actions change a little bit, the events change a little bit, Aquarius, and then it becomes so diluted that it's not even truth anymore. And there's, for a lot of it, there may be little tiny fragments or little tiny pieces of truth, but not a lot. Okay, so lying to ourselves every time, but you're sitting in those wounds and you're only hurting yourself, poisoning your own well, Aquarius. It's time to step up out of that, step out of the wounds, out of that victim mode, and step back into your life, moving forward and living this beautiful life that is meant for you. Spirit is saying, Aquarius, you are brought here to learn lessons. Yes, there was meant to be ups and downs. Yes, there was meant to be learnings, trials, challenges, lessons to go through, all of that. But you weren't meant to sit in it, right? It wasn't meant to be your whole story, your whole life story. It was just meant to be a chapter, Aquarius. It's time to step up and move into the next phase, not staying there. Okay, now we're going to get into the cards. Please excuse this rant. It says, your focus on creative solutions is bringing relief and reward. So, Aquarius, you are being reminded to focus on creative solutions. That's where your relief and your rewards are going to be found. There's possibility all around you. And in fact, Aquarius, you are in this space during this time where you've gotten these lessons, you've gotten these growth. And if you haven't, you're moving into that, or Spirit is nudging you, or kind of suggesting very strongly, okay, that you begin to move into that phase, because there is relief and there is rewards. But if you continue on this road, Aquarius, again, the only person that you're hurting is yourself. Focus on creative solutions so that you can feel that relief and those rewards. This doesn't have to be the story of your life, Aquarius, but if you continue to choose it, it is what is going to continue showing up. Okay, that may be a little bit harsh, but again, Spirit is coming through saying that somebody really needs to hear this message during this time. Okay, now let's see what we're going to get a tarot card for a little bit more clarification. You have the Seven of Swords coming in here, Aquarius. Interesting energy. That Seven of Swords energy is that energy. Some of you have, again, really been sitting in your wound. Some of you felt really deceived. Some of you felt as if, you were in this place where everything was lies and there was a lot of deceit around you, Aquarius. But at the same time, as we have already discussed, and this is again going to sound harsh, don't shoot the messenger, many of you are doing that to yourself, right? Swords energy is the Aquarius energy. Many of you are doing that to yourself. Staying up in your head, whew, can be tough, Aquarius. I know it can be tough, but that's why Spirit's reminding you, you're doing this to yourself. This couldn't come out any other way than the message that's coming through so far, Aquarius, because it just, we have to take responsibility for ourselves, and continuing to sit in the wounds, continuing to play mind games, unfortunately, with ourselves, continuing to trick ourselves, to lie to ourselves, to deceive ourselves through those memories, through sitting in those wounds, through rehashing all the things. And yet every time that changes just a little bit until none of it or very minimal of it is still the same. We do it to ourselves when we sit in that. It's time to really focus on something else, to change where your attention goes, to focus on solutions, moving out of that, stepping up out of that, Aquarius, and focus towards that relief. Focus towards the rewards, because there always is some form of relief and reward around you when you're paying attention. But if you're only paying attention to what already happened, or what you can control, or that sort of thing, or what you can't change, then nothing can change. I mean, it's that simple, okay? The next one is, a detachment is necessary for the change that you seek. You see, Spirit is spelling this out clear as day, Aquarius. This couldn't be any clearer for you. There's sometimes where Spirit is like, you know what? I can't even beat around the bush anymore, Aquarius. I just have to give it to you straight. It can be a little harsh. It can be, feel as if you don't even want to listen, or you don't want to take it in. But I have to give it to you straight here. I can't beat around the bush. A detachment is necessary for the change that you seek. So see, you're so attached, Aquarius, to whatever this was, whatever the situation was, the person was, the event was, the wounding, whatever it was. You're so attached to it, emotionally attached to it even, that your mind is being tricked into always focusing and paying attention on it. So that's not going to change until you detach. You need to detach for that change that you seek. Okay, let's see what the tarot would like to add to that. Jumping cards, of course. So you have the Eight of Cups coming in here. Interesting energy, of course. And you know what, Aquarius? This is really coming through with so much love from Spirit. So much love from Spirit. This disillusionment energy that you have been staying in, right? This disillusionment energy that you have been staying in is not serving you. Let me tell you that again. It is not serving you. Some of you need to move into this direction. You need to leave this behind. Step up and move into that place of searching or seeking out that change, that positive change, that kind of surrender, that healing, that letting go of detaching, that Spirit is calling you up to or into at this time, Aquarius. Disillusionment and staying attached to all of this is not serving you. Once again, it is hurting you. Okay? Again, can't make it any clearer. Aquarius, can't make it any clearer. Spirit is like, you know what? Whew, I've done all these things, Aquarius. I've done all these things for this message to come through, for you to get an understanding that maybe we're a little bit softer, but now it's just time to stop beating around the bush and give it to you straight. You've got to move out of this cycle, out of this pattern, out of this victimhood, out of sitting in these wounds. You have to move out of it, Aquarius, because otherwise it doesn't look so good for you. You just continue, and then the unfortunate events begin or continue to unravel, which is not what Spirit wants for you. Okay, because sitting in that continues to bring that, or those cycles again. As we've already talked about within this reading, your subconscious or your unconscious mind doesn't know that this isn't happening. Each time that you think about this, each time that you go over this, each time that you replay this, each time that you sit in these wounds, each time your subconscious, unconscious mind, however that resonates for you here, Aquarius, doesn't know that that is not happening right now in this moment, that this was a past thing. Because every time you're replaying it, your subconscious mind thinks that this is happening right now, and your body goes through the same thing. You have the physiological changes, you have the tensing up, you have all of that, and it can create that illness or that dis-ease within the body. And now think about that multiplying, compounding every single time that you continue to rehash. Okay, now your next card is remember to remember your strengths, Aquarius. Some of you in this position do feel lonely. You feel weak. You feel as if there's not anything that you can do. You feel as if there aren't any creative solutions, that there's no way to detach. But Spirit is reminding you, remember to remember your strengths, Aquarius. Remember who you were before this. Remember or visualize, imagine who you can be after this, because this does not get to control you. This does not get to be your whole story unless you allow it. Unless you allow it, Aquarius. You are so strong. You get to rise up. You get to overcome. You get to see this for what it is, what it was, and let it go. Overcome. Okay, you are very strong, and Spirit wants you to remember just how strong you are, Aquarius. Spirit didn't send you down here or create you in the form of weakness. Spirit created you in the form of strength, and challenges come up, experiences come up, lessons come up, just to create even more strength within you. And there are moments, Aquarius, but some of you are staying in this moment for way too long. It's time to move on to the next. Oh, you know, let this part of the story die away or close and open that new chapter. It's time. This moment is over for you. If this moment is over for you, that is too many. Spirit, just one card. What else does Aquarius need to know to close this reading? What else does Aquarius need to know to close this reading? Look at, see, you have the Seven of Wands and you have the Four of Cups. So see, some of you are just in this place with that Seven of Wands energy where you're, you know, feeling as if you're kind of that underdog, or you're feeling as if, you know, things aren't really working. Some of you have gotten really defensive. Some of you are really in this place of holding on to your excuses or the reasons why you can't detach or focus on anything else or find any solutions or move up and out of this. Some of you are really holding on to that. Some of you are really, really in this place of feeling as if you have to be really protective of kind of this story or this event or this person or this situation, because you're protecting it because you still in some way or another feel like you have control or you can change it. This has already happened and you can't. Okay, so you're using your strength in a place, Aquarius, that is holding you or keeping you stuck within that situation. So for some of you, it's time to think about and step away from that, Aquarius, because it's not helping you in any way or shape or form. Okay, so it's time to step away from that. Now you also have the Four of Cups coming in here, and that Four of Cups energy is that energy of kind of being in contemplation. Many of you are kind of bored. Many of you are feeling disconnected. Many of you are feeling indifferent, even with this situation, the scenario as it is now. Some of you are beginning to feel this energy of being over it. Phew. Like almost like wiping your brow, like, ah, wiping that away and being done with it. And that is where Spirit is indicating that it is time for you to be here. Because on the other side, at the bottom of the deck, Aquarius, you have the Ace of Cups coming in here. This is new emotions flowing in. This is potential for these new feelings, for this new awakening coming through, this breakthrough energy, Aquarius. Within this, some of you, this reading is really going to be a catalyst for that change. The messages coming through here, the insights coming through here, it's going to be a catalyst for that breakthrough, for seeing what it is that you've been holding on to or staying in, or however that resonates for all this time, Aquarius, for seeing it as it is, as it was, and finally effing letting it go, so that this new energy, this new feelings, this new love, this new kind of emotional awakening can flow up through you. Okay, it can let all of that energy or much of that trapped energy go, so that this new beautiful Ace of Cups energy, these new feelings, this emotional awakening, these ahas, this breakthrough can come through, closing that chapter and opening a new chapter, rewriting the story or starting your story anew. Almost as if, Aquarius, you open a brand new notebook, like you go to the store and you buy a brand new notebook. This could be something that somebody might do, or that many of you might do. You go to the store, you get a beautiful, gorgeous, amazing notebook that works just for you, that fits you perfectly, and you open it to the very first page and you write my new life story. And then you begin writing down exactly how your life unfolds, how you envision it, how you imagine it, what you see happening, the people involved, the plays that you make, the abundance that you have, the house that you live in, the car that you drive, the people in your life, the way you show up, all of that, Aquarius, all of that. And that is moving you out of the Spirit's message here is a catalyst, Aquarius. Take heed, okay? Definitely. I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.